Hello and welcome back for another episode with your favorite Project Lead the Week teacher, Mr. Spaeth. Today we're going to be looking at an AutoCAD Inventor presentation file, and specifically we're going to be working at the final stages of our Project Lead the Way puzzle cube design. And so we're going to be putting a parts list together, as well as we're going to be putting a solution manual together for how to put together our puzzle cube using a presentation and a drawing file. So let's go into my screen so you can see what I'm doing. The first thing that we want to do is, so let me close off Inventor here. So we want to open up Inventor and set our project path like we always do. So go to Projects. If you do not see your Puzzle Cube project there, go to Browse, find your thumb drive, and then double click into your Puzzle Cube project folder. So we are done there. We got our check mark. We're good to go. What we're going to do is open up a new Mesmer. If you're my student, you're going to go to the Mesmer folder and then presentation file. All right. We're going to create a view, and we are going to open up our assembly file. Notice if you don't have your assembled puzzle piece, our puzzle cube yet, please go back and get that done. Come back to this part of the video and watch this then, okay? But we do need our assembled puzzle in order to do this part. Okay, so we're gonna go open. Don't worry about this explosion method, automatic or manual. We're gonna do manual, so we can just click OK after we select our path here. So now notice a couple things happened, and they're very, very subtle. So of course, our puzzle cube is right down here, but what also happened is that our view cube shifted dramatically. And so if I look at, I should be looking at a face of my puzzle cube right here, and that's not the case. And we need to fix this. I don't know why when I put this in here, that happens. So what we're gonna do is go to View, and then Look At, and then I'm gonna highlight something that I wanna look at, and I'm gonna call it my front, okay? So I'm gonna look at this piece, and then I'm gonna right click over on my view cube and go Set Current View as Front. And then I'm gonna, now this is very, very important, click on this little corner right here, and then right click again and set View as Home from a fixed distance. This way, when we pick apart our part and put together our solution manual, we're actually gonna use this tweak component command, and then we put this into a drawing file, it's gonna come in really, really nice. It's not gonna look funny. It's not gonna look weird. Okay, so we need to have this done in order to keep going. So if your view cube looks very, very strange, use that Look At command, and then set your front view, click on the little corner, set that as your home view. So in the presentation tab, we're gonna go to Tweak Components. I'm just gonna back off a little here. Tweak Components allows us to select a piece and move it. And what happens is it leaves a little trail behind. So we definitely want to have this Display Trails button clicked or checked off. It can move this component in 3 different directions, the X, Y, or Z direction. And it's indicated which way it's going to move by which one's highlighted. So notice on here I can click the X, I can click the Y, I can click the Z. But I can also change it from up here. So if it's really hard to click on these little arrows, you can change them up here. The way I want to move this piece is out in this direction, and so I'm going to hover over it until it turns red. I'm going to click and drag until it's clear of any other part. So the goal I have here is to make sure that no parts are overlapping. That's the goal. So really, I could put it this close. I'm just going to move it a little further out. What you don't want to do is move these way far away, because then they're not going to fit on our drawing file page. So right about here is good. I'm gonna right click and go Apply, and then I'm gonna click Clear. So then it no longer has this part highlighted. So those are very important. Right click, Apply, and then hit the Clear button. So the next one I'm gonna do is this yellow piece. Again, I'm gonna use the Z direction. It's highlighted for me already, so I don't need to change it. I'm gonna hover over until it turns red, click and drag it over here until it's clear of the other pieces, and then I'm done dragging, so I unclick, right click, Apply, Clear. Okay, the next one I wanna do is this red piece. And this one, I do not want to bring back in the Z direction. I actually want to move this in the X direction. So I want to move it over here. Okay, sorry, the Y direction. It's hard to tell if those are X or Y sometimes. So that's why I do like to check over in this little box. So I'm going to move this little box because I do want to move it kind of right where that box is right now. I'm going to hover over it until it turns red. Click and drag it out till it's clear of any other part. And then unclick, right-click, apply, clear. And then I'll do my last one, which is my blue box, or my blue piece. I don't want to move it up. I want to move it in this direction, which happens to be my X direction. So this one might be tough. So hover over it till it turns red, click, drag, clear of all their pieces right there. Right-click, apply, and clear, close. And then we can save this as our puzzle cube presentation. So I'm just going to save over this one. And there we have it. Okay, so let's close this off. The next one we want to do a new drawing file. So we're going to put this into our drawing file. Actually, no. What we want to do is open up our existing drawing file. So we have puzzle drawings already. I made those in my last video. So we are going to open that IDW file. And we are going to add a new sheet. Again, 1 to 1 inch. I'm a teacher, so I'm in 0 block, Mr. Space. And we are going to do the parts, list, and puzzle solution. So here we go. I have a new sheet. I'm going to go to base and find my presentation file that I just made. Open it up. And now notice there it is. Now I don't have the right view that I want because obviously this does not show the solution to my puzzle. But if I click on current or I click on top, yeah, see these really aren't showing a good view at all. My ISO top right actually works out. But if this doesn't work out for you, what we can do is go to this button that says change view orientation. It opens up your presentation file. And if you like this view, the view where it is right now, it should be your home view. Then just go finish custom view, and that's the view that shows up on your paper. Okay, very, very simple. These can be very I don't know, tricky sometimes. But using that custom or that change view orientation, making a custom view, is the way to go if it's not working out for you. Okay, so we're going to place it right here. I'm going to click OK. And then, of course, let's color this in. So let's go back in and go to shaded. So I did that just by hovering over my piece that I put down here till the box turned red, double-clicking, and that's what I had. So the next thing we want to do, because we have our solution manual on there, we want to go to annotate and make a parts list. So if you click on parts list, and we're just going to select the assembly file, and then click OK. I'm going to put that up in the upper right-hand corner. And then notice it's a little bit big. So what I can do here is just, if I click escape, I can move around my puzzle just a little bit. Let's see. There's really not a good way to do that. So what I can do is scale my puzzle down to half its original size. I'm going to want to put its scale on there. So, and then we should call it something. So let me just show you the half scale. So there's the half scale. Now notice it shows this view 9 scale 1/2 because I clicked on this little light bulb. If I unclick on it, notice it goes away. Some of you may have to do this, some of you may not, depending on if your parts list fits there or not. But since it really should be my puzzle solution, I should put that on there, right? So instead of view 9, I put puzzle solution. I turn on the scale, and that looks a lot better. So puzzle solution scale 1/2. Well, next thing we're going to do is change up this parts list. So just hover over it until it turns red and then double click. And there's nothing in my description field, so I really don't want it on there. So the way we take it off is by going over to this column chooser, this button all the way to the left. Click it, and then you can add things in there or remove things. Go over where it says description and push remove. And the one I just like to add in there just because is the material type. Highlight that one and then select add. And then click OK and apply. And there we have it. So we have a quantity of 1 purple piece, 1 red piece, 1 green piece, 1 yellow piece, 1 blue piece. And their material type is generic. So really, we could change these up to say wood if we wanted to, but that's okay. The way we have it right now is just fine. One thing I would like to do, if I go back and into my presentation files, just make this a little bit smaller so that it fits on one page in a scale of 1 to 1. That I would do just because I think it would look a little bit better. So if you're having that problem that I had, one solution is to make it half the scale and then just put puzzle solution instead of where it had view number 9 in my view identifier. Make sure this little light bulb's clicked if that's the case. Or go back in your presentation file, make it a little bit smaller, and plug it in here so that nothing's overlapping and it looks real nice. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed the Puzzle Cube project. This is kind of the last thing we need to do other than submitting our drawings to the teacher and our engineering notebook. So hopefully you had a fun time. If you like this video, please like, link, share, or subscribe to my channel so I can keep bringing you more videos here from Project Lead the Way. Thank you very much.